your next question was on how to focus in meetings. And to be frank, this used to be one of my most substantive challenges, particularly if I was a bit bored. So if I wasn't the main participant or if it was a bit of a boring meeting, and I think we've all attended many a boring meeting in our time. And yeah, my tip that I give to everyone, and everyone looks at me like I'm crazy, and I'm telling you it works. Really good doodling. I do little circles that I then fill in. You don't have to do circles, but that's generally the idea. There's another page of circles, and there's another page of circles. I start with just simple circles, and then I fill them in. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, that's terrible advice. Actually, I absolutely can't do that. Let me explain the theory behind it before you think I'm crazy. So if you have ADHD particularly, the difficulty is that your brain needs to be overstimulated. And remember, 40% of dyslexic people have ADHD. So if you're thinking to yourself, no, I don't want to add another label to yourself, it's probably quite likely you have other neurodiversities. ADHD people need to be overstimulated. And if they're not, their brain is going to search out something more shiny and more interesting. And so instead of hating yourself for that, feeling really frustrated for that and thinking, shit, I'm useless, you just try and just scrape off 10%. You just try and just take 10% of your attention by doing something else. And for me, it's little circles, because the circles, they take no attention at all. Like, I'll be sitting here and I'll just be doing circles. And I can still completely focus on what you're saying, completely focus on the attention. I've just scraped off the top 10%. But I can still focus and think about what's going on. The other option is like, I often fiddle with my rings, or I fiddle with my earrings, or I'm an avid hair fiddler, so I'll be like messing around with my hair, messing around with my hair clips, whatever it is. And I think what I do depends on the type of circumstances I'm in. If I'm in a meeting where I don't have to pay attention and I'm just kind of a listener, then I love the circles because they kind of fill my attention. If I'm sat in person and I have to be a little bit more presentable, then it's usually my rings that I'll be like fiddling around with, or picking at my nails or something like that, which is probably a bit disgusting. And I think the way that I think about it is just, how can I scrape off 10 to 15% of my attention span so that I can then give 80% to what I'm doing and whatever I'm focusing on. And again, the way that I think about that, if ever I think, oh shit, like I really should be better and not fiddle around with my rings and my hair and my circles, is if I don't take off 10 or 15% of my attention span, 80 or 100% of it is going to go onto my phone. I'm going to go onto my phone, I'm going to start scrolling TikTok, and like I'm gone to the world. So better that I take off 10% and I actually concentrate 80%, rather than, you know, the 100% that would eventually go to what am I going to wear tomorrow, what's going on TikTok, whatever. That would be my answers of how to focus. Try to take off 10%.